Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to easily create this sliding gradient text in SwiftUI. Let's get started. Inside VStack, I'll use text for the welcome message. You can use font to increase the size and change the design. I'll go with the rounded, but you have more options to select from. Also, you can choose the font weight from plenty of options here. Let's place another text aligned to center and select the foreground style as secondary. We want to make this welcome text an animated gradient that starts sliding from left to right. Therefore, we need two state variables, one for the start point and one for the end point. A UnitPoint is a normalized coordinate system in SwiftUI. Instead of using exact pixel positions, it uses relative positions from 0 to 1. For example, x being 0 and y being 0 means the top left corner of the container you are working on. And x being 1 and y being 1 represents the bottom right corner of the container. -1 and 2 represents the left and right outside of the container respectively. Therefore, the start point of our gradient starts outside of the text frame we will have in a moment. We also need gradient stops for our linear gradient. The trick here is starting and ending with the same color as our text, in our case the primary color. Just for the start and end of the gradient, I'll use opacity to get a smoother color, but you don't need to. I'll use all the colors I want and specify the locations in decimal points that add up to 1. You can change the colors or the locations or use fewer colors. It's a trial and error process to find the best option for you. The last thing we need is a function to trigger the gradient effect whenever we want. I want to reset the start point and end point every time I call this function. These unit points are the same ones we defined earlier. Then, with linear animation, I'll change the start and end points from left to the right side of the container. Again, you may try different durations to get the best effect you want. One last trick is giving a frame to our text, expanding it all the way to the sides available. If you don't give enough space for the gradient to work, sometimes it doesn't work. From now on, all you have to do is give a linear gradient to the text with foreground style using the gradient stops, start point and end point we've created. Then I'll trigger the start gradient function with the onAppear modifier. Remember, we use the primary color of our app, so it will respect the appearance of the app. When you switch to dark mode, our gradient text will still work perfectly. You may discard the opacity I use for the edge colors if you prefer. That's it. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like the video to support us.